Signal generator AM modulation parameters. Select AM modulation. Mod type AM. Modulation frequency. After selecting the internal modulation source, press the frequency soft key to set the frequency of the modulation wave. Enter the desired frequency value. The modulation frequency ranges 2 MHz to 1 MHz, and the default is 100 Hz. Note, this menu is disabled when selecting modulation sources other than internal modulation sources. Modulation depth. The modulation depth represents the degree of amplitude change, expressed as a percentage. Press the Mod Depth soft key to set the AM modulation depth. Modulation depth range, 0% to 120%. The default is 100%. At 0% modulation, the output amplitude is half of the specified value. At 100% modulation, the output amplitude is equal to the specified value. When the modulation is greater than 100%, the output amplitude of the instrument will not exceed 10 VPP, the load is 50 ohms. When selecting the external modulation source, the output amplitude of the instrument is also controlled by the ±4 volts signal level on the connector on the rear panel. For example, if the modulation depth is set to 100%, the output is the maximum amplitude when the external modulation signal is +4 volts. And the output is the minimum amplitude when the external modulation signal is -4 volts.